So my name is Sebastian Mencia, and this is my wife Jessie, and our daughters Sophia and Valeria. Sophia is in grade 6 and Valeria is in grade 4. So we have been connected to Cambridge Christian Schools ever since Sophia was in grade 1 and Valeria in JK. So it's been 6 years since we started this journey with the school, and we truly love it.
The thing about my class is how funny they are. They're hilarious. Like the presentations are always the funniest.
My favorite thing about my class is, well, how kind everyone is, and I guess, let's say somebody drops their pencil case and their pencils go everywhere. There's always, like, the whole class wants to be the one helping pick up, and there's always little fights, like he gets to pick it up, and the person just has to pick one person to do it.
I think what we love about CCS and what sets this community apart is definitely the community and the relationship that you can get to have with teachers and other families. Like Valeria was saying, the fact that everybody in their class wants to help just shows the kind of environment and culture that the teachers create within the classes. And I love to see that the teachers are very involved when there are any misunderstandings between kids. They are there to make sure that they teach them what Jesus would do. How would Jesus love and forgive in these situations? And I have seen and heard from my daughters how Christ is the center of the teachings at Cambridge Christian School. So I think that is something that sets it apart. Of course, we are like a small knit community. You get to know the teachers and you feel their love for your children. And that's something that I've never experienced before in another previous school that we had before, where you feel that you're partners in what God wants to do in your children's life, but also in partnering in education and obviously the academic level as well. So I think all around, I can't praise the teachers at Cambridge Christian School enough for the way that they love the families and the children.
So for us, the investment in CCS has been difficult, as probably anybody that would consider a private education. However, if we were able to do it, I'm sure anybody could. Just to give you an example of this, as you can probably hear on my accents, we're not from Canada. We came to Canada about 15 years ago, and when we first came, we didn't have absolutely anything. In fact, the first 45 days here in Canada, we lived at a homeless shelter in Cambridge. And if we were able to come from a homeless shelter to be able to afford private education, Christian education for our daughters, I'm sure there is a way for anybody, any family that wants their best for their kids, because CCS is the best for Christian education here in Cambridge.
Mm-hmm. I think that what we have experienced is God's faithfulness in this decision to have a school that supports our faith. And when you put that in God's hands, when it's in your heart to do it and it aligns with what God wants as well. Like I remember when the first year that we started coming, I got to speak to a grandmother who her children were in Cambridge Christian School and now her grandchildren. So it's like the second generation. And she was telling me, and it just encouraged my heart. She said, God has never failed us. You know, when you trust Him, He has been so faithful through all the years and generations. So that really encouraged my heart to think, wow, how much, how valuable this Christian education is, that we see generations coming through Cambridge Christian School, and this is obviously our first generation, but we're already seeing God's faithfulness in this decision. So if you're considering Cambridge Christian School and it's in your heart, and this is what you feel that it aligns with your faith, trust God, and God's faithfulness will never fail you in this decision.